W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of Bone Talk by Candy Gourlay, narrated by Ramon Deocampo.
This is a copyrighted work. Unauthorized copying or distribution is a crime punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a fine of $250,000.
Scholastic Audio presents Bone Talk by Candy Gourlay. Read by Ramon Deocampo. Bone Talk, 1899. Part 1. How to Be a Boy. 1. Little Luki and I were tossing pebbles into the eye socket of a water buffalo skull when Father came to fetch me. He didn't scold or shoo us away. He just looked at me with an odd crumple in his mouth that was almost a smile. "Samkad, the ancients want you," he murmured. Then he swung around and began marching back to the house for men, so briskly that the axe at his waist slapped a little rhythm on his bare thigh. "Do I have to?" I complained, although of course I didn't say it loud enough for Father to hear. Little Luki spun gracefully on one toe and flicked another pebble at the skull fixed up high on the blackened tree fern that marked the entrance to our village. Her pebble rattled noisily inside the skull before dropping out of its long, bony snout. "Yeah!" Little Luki cried. "I win!" "No, you don't," I snapped. "You can't win if you're leaving," she retorted. Under its great, curling horns, the skull stared at me with sad, empty eyes. "Samkad," Father called from several houses up the path. "Heh!" Luki tossed another pebble, expertly kneeling on one scabby knee at just the right moment to catch it as it shot out of the snout. "Old Dugas probably needs someone to scratch the soles of his feet so he can sleep. Or maybe Saluyad needs you to pick up the dog droppings in the courtyard." I lunged, and Luki dodged, but not before I managed to grab her arm and wrestle her down into the dirt, giggling hysterically. But then she pushed me away, her face suddenly serious. "Wait, Samkad. What if it's about the snake?" I sat back on my heels. I had not thought of that. The day before, Luki and I had found a dead snake between the toes of an old banyan tree.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?